Okay, guys, I wanted to talk about clears real quick, especially the mechanics of the clears. We did have one practice. Not everyone was there. And I wanted to go over this real quick again. Hopefully I can get you guys to watch it before we have practice, and it'll be easier for us to implement it, okay? It's really simple if we just follow the rules. The real key to clearing is spacing. Spacing, spacing, spacing. I mean, a successful clear has spacing, ball movement, communication, and in the end, most of the time it's just athleticism, okay? Let's be honest. Now, here's the idea, though. We need spacing. So when the goalie calls for a clear, we need to move out, move away, and get to places on the field where they're advantageous to us, okay? Now, I'm going to label areas of the field here. This is 1. This is 2. Over here's 3, 4, 5. Here, let's put X right in the middle. 6, 7, and over here across is 8. Okay, hopefully everyone can see that. These are very important. 1 and 2 are just for the D poles. It's right at the edge of the box, right? You know, the inside or the outside, just somewhere over there toward the edge of the box, because our D poles are going to, on a clear, they're going to banana cut. They're going to turn and go to those spots. Now, I have this one a little high. If the goalie's down here, we want to be no higher than the goalie. So if we're banana cutting, we're going to come like that, right? And come over here. And this guy's going to come over here, right? Okay. So that's zones 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 are like this. 3 is actually halfway down the wing and halfway from the wing to the sideline. So it's really 5 yards. If you remember, these are 10 yards long and 10 yards from them to the sideline. So 3 is about 5 and 5, right in the middle. If you made this kind of a rectangle, it'd be right in the middle, right? Same thing here. 4 is just mirroring 3, but it's 5 yards away. So these guys are 10 yards apart here and 5 yards off. 5 is right in the middle, right off the face-off X, but 5 yards back. We're not really using that in this clear, but I want these zones for future. I want you to think about them. 6, same thing, 5 and 5. 7, 5 and 5, and then 8 is just straight in from that cone and halfway into the between the wing and the sideline. Okay, so those are the 8 zones. Anywhere from 6 to 7 of them are going to be used in any given clear, okay? So let's do this. On the break, when the goalie calls clear, everyone on the field is going to their zone at the same time. As you're doing it, you're looking back initially to see if you can get an initial pass. If you don't get that initial pass, you continue to look back as you're going toward your zone. Some of you that are more athletic know how to get that stick over your shoulder and ready in case he throws you an over-the-shoulder pass. Either way, do it. So the key here with the middies, though, our outside middies, our short sticks, ideally we have the long stick midi here in our zone, right? The key is to run what we call a flag. You go initially up the field and then at an angle to your spot. Initially up the field and at an angle to your spot. Running at that angle helps the goalie hit you, because if you're running away from him and there's a guy behind him, the odds are it's going to be hard to get it to you, right? If we underthrow it, the bad guy gets it, right? But if we're moving at an angle, lacrosse is all about angles. If we're moving at an angle, we have a chance, right? LSM, you're doing the same thing. You're doing a flag, but you're flagging over to the 7 spot, which is near the sideline, near our substitution box, because we're actually going to try to get you off the field depending on how the clear goes, okay? Our middle D, our 5-hole D, are kind of who covers the center for us and covers X when there's only one person back there, and covers the guy on crease whenever the ball's up top. You, my friend, have a decision to make. You come right to the R line, the top of the restricted box, and you look around, okay? You look around, eyeballs, and you go, you have a decision. If someone's on you, someone has decided to cover you, we want you to just go straight to the 6 and wait there, okay? If someone's not on you, we actually want you to go off and get off the sideline, but we're not going to cover that just yet, okay? So our LSM did his thing, this midi did this thing, and remember, each of them are essentially turning back, seeing if they can get the ball, and if not, turn sideways and run, but see how I'm pointing him where he's facing? Face the goalie as you're running, okay? Maybe get your hand over your stick. Same thing here. I'm going to turn, I'm going to look, probably better to turn this way because I know I'm going this way. I'm going to turn, I'm going to look. If he doesn't want to hit me, I'm going to take off running like this. If I create enough space, maybe he will throw it to me. Who knows? But either way, we're going to get to these spots and wait, okay? If we don't get a pass during that time, we're going to get to the spot and wait. If we do get a pass, well, it's on. It's all about being athletic then because we're trying to do a controlled clear. And if we get a good pass early, we're going to try and take advantage of it and see what happens, okay? So now that we're in our spots, it's really all about somebody getting the ball, okay? If we get it over here with this poles, we really, 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 really want you to go up the sideline, okay? So take this thing, put it outside here and get up the sideline. Now, always with your head looking up. Goalie, you're kind of coming with him. D, you're over here too. You guys are maintaining a foundation here, okay? You guys are the foundation of the clear. The three of you need to stick together in case we have to throw it back here and then redirect over here, or even, let's say both of their bad guys come to the goalie and to you, and you can throw it all the way over here. We'll take it, okay? But it's really all about two things here. If we get a successful carry up the sideline here, and then they bring a guy, let's say they had a guy here, and he decides to come, well, you're just going to throw it to that guy, right? Okay? If this guy comes, you're going to pop it up to him. Now, if these guys hold, as you start approaching, and let's say someone else decides to come to you, guys, when we start seeing him when we're these middies and we start seeing this guy in distress, we're going to make one move. This guy's going to pinch across, straight across, and this guy's going to go at an angle across the midline. That's another one of those angled runs, and hopefully we can hit that guy. Now, if we can't hit that guy and these guys get confused, as we're doing this, we can grab it here and get it across, okay? But the real key, no matter where we are in the field and no matter where we take it, is for everyone to hold firm if you have a man on you, okay? Let's say we get over here, we're coming up. This guy, remember, D-poles, we want you turning to the sideline. Now, if you get into big trouble, roll away, turn away from the sideline and back, and throw the ball back, okay? But we'll work on techniques like that later. But let's say we're starting to get it here, right? And this guy comes, we're going to make the pass, okay? Now, the other wrinkle here is, ideally, when we're doing this right, we're getting some guys off the field too, okay? And the first guy we would like to get off the field is this D-pole here, our guy in the middle, because if he can get off, we'll have a midi here who can pop here, and then as we're coming up, we might be able to, make that toss over there and get across real easily, okay? That's the first guy to come off. The second guy to come off would be the LSM. Now, of course, we're starting to get a little more complicated here, but LSM, if we're making a clear over here and you're kind of not in the picture, we'd like you to come off and let an offensive midfielder come in. But this guy needs to think like he's a D-pole because, if our D-pole is off the field, if he's already come off, we want you to think like a D-pole and stay on side because we already got that guy over there, okay? But you can maverick back, okay, and give some help if we need it. And then this guy can come up at an angle. Let's say you maverick back, we make a throw, and we read it here, and we decide to come off at this angle. Now we've made it across, right? Okay. Now, just a couple things. Spacing, spacing, spacing. We got to first know our motions. Where am I going based on my position on defense? We got to communicate. If you're wide open, make sure you look around and see. Sometimes you'll be looking at the goalie and you don't realize there's a guy 4 feet behind you and you're yelling, Aaron, throw me the ball. That's not good, right? But if you really, really know that there's no one around, let him know, okay? Let him know. Okay, always see the ball. always see the ball, okay? During a clear, everyone should always be looking back where the ball is. All right. And poles, you got your banana cuts. My clearing poles is what I call you, my outside guys. You're our clearing poles. You're the guys that can handle the ball a little better, which is great, okay? Work those banana cuts hard, okay? Y'all really did it great last game, so I don't have a problem you guys doing it. I think it's just all a matter of, Aaron, we got to get you recognizing where where everyone's going. Once we know where we're going, it'll be a lot easier to do this clear, okay? Please watch this. It'll help us.